Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is car 33, I'm going on my break.
Thank you very much. Good luck to both sides. Don't forget if you want some food, come to the ladies in the canteen. All profits today go to the Beyond Blue Foundation. Charity dinner tonight at the Maitland Saints. At the Maitland Park Bowling Club. $30 a head if you'd like to come along. We'll be auctioning off Sydney Swans jumpers, Greater Western Sydney jumpers, and all the Beyond Blue jumpers you said today will be auctioning off for a good purpose, the Beyond Blue Foundation. Make sure you dig deep.
and they break to get down to business. Maitland's season's been quite strong this year. We're sitting 4th on the ladder at the moment, and even though the thoughts are going to be what's happening with finals in the next couple of weeks, thoughts today I think are going to be, what do we do with the ball? Where's my next person? Where's my next player going to be? What's the opposition doing? A pretty focused bunch of lads here, and it looks like Wyong are going to turn it on for them and give them a fair run for their money. Sun's breaking through the clouds and there's plenty of talk on the ground already. First quarter gets underway. Ball's in the air. A tap down, strong clearance by Hayden. Unfortunately, straight to Wyong for a centre clearance. Great tackle there. Wyong pick up the crumb, trying to break through the pack. Nice hands and driven hard into the ground. Holding the ball, free kick to Maitland. Great chase and great tackle. Maitland put it on the boot. Just short for a Maitland player on the wing. Looking for the hands. Strong down the far wing. Maitland just sitting out back, taking the mark. Turning and looking for the next option. Strong bit lead by Wade Beard. Takes a chest mark, turns quickly to his options in the square. Top of the square, we've got Jim running hard after the ball. Picks it up. Straight to his option. Great grab there by Ado. At the top of the square. Or is that Butto? Either way, great work by Saints. Number 9 there for Maitland. As he turns, he gets pulled around on the angle by the umpire. Looks like he's about 40 degrees and about 15 to 20 metres out. This one should be a simple one for the Maitland players. As he steadies and he puts that one through to open up the quarter with strong 6 points. I'll call you good. I'll call you good. Ball up again with Maitland clearance to an open player, screaming down the wing into the forward. A bit of a sloppy kick across the body to square it up, but nevertheless, the boys have still got it. Sloppy hands and potential turnover. The ball's on the ground at the moment and still being contested. Wyong look like they've got it, going for a clearance. Turnover by Maitland and just a screaming kick towards the square. Looks like it's going over the safety of the boundary line. Wyong breathe a slight sigh of relief on that one, and they do get back with numbers quickly. There's a lot of black and white there in the Maitland forward line, and not a lot of blue. I'll bring that one back to the umpire, and I'll have another throw in and see if he can do a better job this time around. A few developing umpires here in this game, so we'll cut them a bit of slack. It's a much better effort with the throw-in. One by Wyong, but gathered by Maitland. Left foot snap straight to Wyong players sitting in the goal square. Strong kick to try and clear it out. Ball to ground and picked up by Wyong in an effort to try and clear it. Quick sidestep and a heavy hit by Maitland onto Wyong. Head over the ball and running hard. Contested loose ball. Heading towards the boundary line there. A lot of players around it, not a lot happening with it. Ball rushed over the boundary there after being chased by both teams. It's a good strong throw-in straight over the top of the ruckman. Ball to ground. And And then it's been punched out into Maitland's 50 and then gathered and cleared by Wyong. Well taken there by Wyong. He goes back and looks for an option. Straight down the wing. Unfortunately, drop mark with what could have otherwise been an easy one. It's a bit of a sloppy game here. And again, they're running along the boundary. Everyone's running in numbers. Maitland with the ball. Wyong with the ball. Bit sloppy. Probably didn't use his numbers and talk as much as he could, but they got there. Rush behind there for Wyong. That puts Wyong on the board with a minor score, 1.1. Trailing Maitland 1 goal 6. Strong kick out of defence there by Maitland. Ball does go to ground though. They turn, deliver straight into the centre. Maitland with numbers, Wyong running hard behind. Great work there. Cheeky 1-2 onto the run there with Ryan. Ryan delivers, unfortunately, straight to the opposition at the top of Maitland's 50. Wyong switching across the ground now into the centre. Great work by Maitland to disrupt the attempt for a mark. And putting the pressure on now is Maitland, forcing the turnover. Maitland working backwards to try and work forwards, and they've done it, working in space on the wing. Maitland holding up for the moment, looking for an option. Going long into the 50. Ball goes to ground with a drop mark, and again running in space. Way Beard on right foot across the body. Unlucky with the bounce. Gathered well by Maitland though and put through for 6 more points. Another major on the board, putting him to 2 goals, 0-12 to lead Wyong 1.1. Change on the boundary. Dylan coming off for a minute to get some work on his legs, and Matho backing up from seconds to run on for first as well. He might be a bit tired, but the steam train will keep running. And he's already given him grief. He's straight into it. 25 there for Maitland. Letting 7 from Wyong. No, he's there. Ball up in the centre. Even contest for the ruckman. And the ball goes to ground. Cleared to Maitland players on the wing. Chris across the body, straight to the 50, and a strong overhead mark by Hogues. Hogues just takes his time. He's got plenty of it, goes back. Delivers for a cheeky short one, looking for Wade Beard, who holds it, but unfortunately it was touched beforehand and it's not paid. Wyong pick up the missed opportunity to try and run it out and get pinged for dropping the ball. Maitland's free kick. Hard around on the pocket. He takes his time, he's going in. Slots it through, unfortunately only to find the woodwork. It was a top effort on that type of angle though. He was on his favoured foot. Maybe could have done something with it, but point's a point. It's good work. Wyong with a booming kick out of the square on deep into the wing. Contested loose ball along the ground and under pressure there from Wyong, rushed over the boundary line. Bit of talk and frustration there coming out of the Wyong back line for their players. Make sure that they grab everyone. Make sure there's no Maitland free players running around. Short ball in. Hogues with the forward position and tap down to ground. No one really there for it. Looking for Maitland players. Unfortunately didn't get enough angle on it and it was over and out on the full. Free kick to Wyong. Not a lot of movement and cut off short. Jim seeking redemption after he's out on the full. Jim hard done by there. He blew the whistle. Brought it up and unfortunately potentially hit high there. It's good work though. Body on the line work from both players. Loose ball. Players hunting the boundary line and finding it. Find the safety of the boundary line there for another throw in. It's good hard football by both teams here. Desperate football. Plenty of talk. Brockman getting physical. Cleared by Wyong. Quick hands, and there's a run down here. Gets the boot on nice and torps it into the 50. No one there to gather the ball. Maitland with a loose ball, only to be turned over to Wyong. Wyong on the run. Shot for goal. Sprays it to the left again. Another minor score for Wyong. Not a lot of options there for the Wyong players to work with. So if you're under pressure, you'd have a punt for the goal and see where you end up. Maitland getting up, gathering in the centre, and they break out. Not a lot of open options, so Maitland decides to go short, unfortunately missing their target, and a turnover to Wyong. Wyong setting it up for a mark in the square. Well taken there by the Wyong player. Sets himself up for an opportunity to kick a big one. Wyong wasting no time in going back, settling and kicking 6 points, get themselves on the board with one major. That'll put Wyong through to 1-2-8, trailing Maitland 2-1-13. There's a bit of physical work going on across Wyong's back line there, letting the forwards from Maitland know that they exist. We go to get the ball up in the air again and on the road. Another even contest. The ball goes to ground and gathered by Matho for the Saints. Good clearance work by the Saints. Good teamwork. Deep. Looks like runners getting in the way, but we'll see how we end up with that one later on. Wyong with the recovery from the ball, kicking to space. Wyong with a great gather, bit of patience to come out with it at the end, sending it into their 50. Pressure from both teams, great work by Maitland. Forcing the ball to go to ground, and again, it's a little bit of sloppy football there. Great pressure by Maitland. Ball goes to ground, looks like it's wrapped up, only to be pulled out by Wyong for a cheeky 6 points. Great work there by the Wyong forwards. With that recent show of force, that's bringing Wyong up to 2-2-14 to lead Maitland 2-1-13. Ball's up in the air, running down the far wing and forced over the line for a boundary throw-in. And ball's in the air. And cleared out by Wyong into their 50, only to go over the boundary line again. Progress is progress, and push it into their attacking 50. Ball cleared out and crumbed again. Still live on the ground. Picked up by Wyong. Another shot at goal and another cheeky. Is that another goal? It is. Another one put through by Wyong. Wyong certainly showing their power across the forward line there. May not always be controlled football, but nevertheless they're getting it up, getting on the boot, keeping it moving and making good use of it. Quick change there by Maitland with Dylan going back onto the ground. Hopefully try and provide some more of that support across the back line and stem the bleeding. Wyong now 3-2-20, leading Maitland 2-1-13. Even contest in the centre again. Picked up by Wyong, only go back to ground. Saints with the recovery. Hand off, only for a turnover. Good pressure by the Saints, making the blokes think twice. Wyong with a centre clearance and picked at the top of the 50. Looking for an option, he's on the boot quickly, going for goal. Looks like he's dragged it round, making good use of that win and kicking another 6 points. Rapid use of the ball there by Wyong, smart football. Matho coming from the ground for the Saints and Gros going on. Some fresh legs across the middle section there. Keep that wing live. Plenty of talk in the centre. Let's see some action. Ball's about to go live, thrown up. Pretty even contest again. These ruckmen are very well matched. Hayden gets his own ruck. Dragged down with the attempt to clear it. Recovered by Maitland. Running down the wing. They've got options. Going forward into the 50. Short kick to ground. A little bit of sloppy football again. Maitland looking for options, being held up. Heading towards the boundary. And again, not many options there for the Saints players. Have been wrapped up strong by Wyong. Throw up on the 50-metre mark there for Maitland's attacking 50. And looks like it's been tapped over the boundary line for a throw-in. Another good throw in there by the umpire. Looks a bit short though. We'll go again. Much better effort straight over the back to the Wyong players waiting in loop. However, gathered by the Saints. Saints with space and options on the ball. Picked up. Bit of a sloppy, very sloppy actually, under pressure. Good hard hitting football. Saints wrapped up, maybe not the best disposal. And Wyong gathering the ball and clearing it out down the near wing towards their 50. Both Saints and Wyong running in numbers. No one in they're deep in their 50. Picked up by Maitland. A little bit of sloppy football, but good effort nevertheless. Air kick by Maitland being slung there. And Wyong being trapped on the boundary line, clearing it out along the ground. Picked up by Maitland, heading out of the 50. They've got options moving forward. A quick hands over the top to Rob. Short kick here on the wing in front of us to Matty Greaves. Matty looking for options, going short to Hogues. Very, very ordinary kick, but he's doing something with it. Switch for a handball through to the centre, unfortunately going to ground. First and second efforts here. It's good to see. Picked up by Wyong. Wyong, he's got a paddock and he puts it on the boot to go into the 50. Only to be picked up by Maitland. No, he's dropped it on the ground. Probably a bit hard done by here by the umpire, but it's called that as it is. Quick one out by Wyong. Wyong getting it on the boot quickly and kicking for another major. Unlucky for the Saints there. That was probably one clear one. The crowd is definitely disappointed with that, but we're going to have to move on.
Hey! Open your eyes!
So Wyong 5 goals, 2-32, leading Maitland 2 goals, 1-13. As the ball makes its way back to the centre again to kick off proceedings. It's up. Another strong tap down there by Hayden, unfortunately into space. The Maitland players obviously aren't where they need to be to get to assist the ruckman in clearing that one out. Bit of sloppy football, it looks like it's on. A bit of tension there across Wyong's back line there. Not liking getting the rough up from Maitland. Wyong clearing into the far wing, but picked up by Maitland. Loose ball, Wyong gathering it again, being dragged down. Really didn't dispose of it. That's the siren drawing the end of the first quarter. So 5-2-32 for Wyong, leading Maitland 2-1-13.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Of accountability, so let's see if they can respond strongly in the second.
Command, this is car 33. I'm going on my break.
So both coaches there at quarter time being quite animated with their team. I'm sure the messages were to run hard, run fast, keep the talk up and hit your targets. It was a little bit of a sloppy first quarter from both sides, and particularly Maitland coach really trying to drive home that message of accountability. So let's see if they can respond strongly in the second quarter. Missed time there by the Maitland ruckman, but gathered nevertheless by Maitland for a clearance by Wyong in the end out of the centre. Scrappy football. And handball over the top to space. And gathered by Saints. And ball hits the deck again. And there's a lot of bodies in there and a lot of heads over the ball. So surely someone's going to get rewarded, and it's been wrapped up and held. Umpire's ball for a throw up. Just inside the forward 50 for Wyong. Strong punch forward by Wyong into numbers and players. Puts it on his left. Across the body and in through for another major score. 6 more points for Wyong. It's a very strong way to start the second quarter. In response to that, Maitland sending out their trainer straight away to go and have a word to a couple of their players, just reinforcing what was communicated during that first quarter huddle. Ball up again in the centre. Much better effort there by Hayden, the young ruckman there for Maitland. Clearing it out. It's a clearance there for the Saints to the top of the 50. Unfortunately not held and picked up by Wyong. Very scrappy football and incorrect disposal by Wyong. Maitland free kick at the top of the 50. Picking up and looking for his options. He's striding in. Top boot. Overhits his mark there, looking for Wade Beard, I'd say, who's come around for a second and third effort anyway. Cheeky little sidestep. He's playing come and get me with the opposition. Maybe that didn't pay off for him so well. And it's been wrapped up holding the ball by Maitland. Wyong's free kick. Strong kick into the wing for Wyong. Picked up again by Saints. Saints, not a lot of talk there in that one, but... And it's showing, nevertheless, drop ball again by Saints. This is some sloppy football by the boys. Saints clearing in only for a turnover. Wyong switching it across the defensive 50, looking for options. Kick into the shallow wing, held by Wyong again. This is good movement, good talk by the black and white boys. Short kick into space, into an empty target in the centre. Back across the wing, so they're switching back again. He's got space, he's got a paddock, and he's running. Straight into a target at the top of the 50. Overhits his target, but nevertheless, number 11 for Wyong follows it up again. Second and third effort. Puts it on the boot. Outside of the right foot, a bit of a cheeky banana kick. Check side. Managed to slot it through for another major for Wyong. Another change here on the bench for the Saints. With Buddo going back out onto the ground again. Rest it up, get back out there and run around. Get those loose balls off the ground like he's good at. Wyong now sitting on 7 goals 2 to Maitland's 2 goals 1. Clearance out of the centre. Maitland picking up the loose ball on the ground and kicking to no one in the wing. A heap of loose space and a Wyong player all on his own trying to beat the boundary. Unfortunately, he's beaten by the boundary line. Plenty of talk amongst the players at the moment. Bit of an ordinary throwing, but they make with what they got. Saints grab the ball out, clearing. Good shepherd by Jim. Penetrating kick along the ground into Saints 50 and then rushed over the boundary line. Ruckman tussling for position. Bit of scrappy football there. Wyong come out with it into the wing. The one-on-one competition there. Hayden taps down, looking again for the safety of the boundary line and finding it. Plenty of emotion being voiced by the Maitland coach at the moment, trying to get his boys to do what he wants. Saints with a tap out, unfortunately straight to Wyong. Wyong 2 side steps and a clear and straight down the wing to empty space. Picking it up on the run. Great commitment, unfortunately hit very low, the Maitland player there. He looks a bit rattled and a bit sore and then gets kicked by the umpire. That's a bit unfortunate there. Umpire was watching the ball and we'll let that one go. Wyong kicking into their 50, looking for the safety of the boundary again for whatever reason. The ball's gone out, but they haven't called it, and it's kept running into the 50 line. That's a bit unfortunate for the Saints. It was clearly out of bounds. All right, our Dan Maitland player is back up and running. A little bit of a hobble, but I'm sure we'll run it out. Turns back around again. Maitland with space and numbers. Running through the centre and the wing. Unfortunately, his turnover straight down the throat of a Wyong player. A little bit ordinary and probably getting a little bit carried away with the kicks. Wyong slowing it up and sending it back down. Balls on the deck. Contested loose balls. And it looks like it's out by Saints. Saints again running in numbers. But under pressure from Wyong. Good Shepherds, good body use. Long kick by the Saints, unfortunately turned over by Wyong. Wyong switching across the ground now. Mark paid, and looks like we're Saints also sending a message to know you might have taken it, but I'm right behind you, mate. Wyong being told to move it on. And it looks like there's a little bit of frustration coming out with the Saints there, giving away a very easy free kick for a bit of inappropriate language. He was hard done by the looks of things, but probably could have held his tongue a bit better. There's definitely frustration amongst the players at the moment. Wyong giving a back chat to the Saints after a successful mark, moving it down into the 50. And right on the boundary line there and on the 50, looking for options. Wyong searching, not being given much at the moment. You think the umpire would move him on by now. He's been there a while. He's been there a very long time now. In fact, he's going to go back and try and have a shot, kicking into the wind outside 50. Let's see where this ends up. He's got a fair boot on him. He's put it to the top of the square. Loose ball to the ground and pushed through for a rush behind by the Saints. Saints again bunching in the top of the 50. They're about to break out. Matho on the loose, coming to the near side. Very ordinary kick by the Saints, straight down the throat of Wyong. Not a Maitland playing nearby. Wyong again looking for that penetrating kick into the 50 and finding it in number 11. 11 again, another short one, just looking for those near options, putting it front and centre. The shorter and closer the better. 51, absolutely shanking it out to the pocket and the boundary line. Ball loose on the ground and being recovered by the Saints. Saints with a clearing kick, and not sure what's going on just at the moment. So a ball in here on the boundary. Wyong's pocket. Tapped down by Wyong to the ground. Recovered by the Saints and then booted out of the defensive 50 there for the Saints to be recovered. Taken back in for a second, looking for space. Lost ball, recovered by Wyong and put to the top of the square. Loose ball, contested ball, recovered by Wyong and put through for a wonderful under pressure goal. Another change, Cole coming off, Irish running on for the Saints. Hasn't been much change here with the Wyong players. They're pretty content with their bench at the moment. They're pretty happy with their team, with what they got running. I would be too with the lead they're currently carrying. Tap out in the centre there, recovered by Saints and cleared into their 50. Unfortunately, there is absolutely no one in their 50 line to kick to. Great effort there by the Maitland forward. Continued running, keep the pressure on. Cleared out, no talk. Lucky one there by the Saints to actually still hold it, and a short kick by Rob straight through to another Saints player there, hitting Jimmy on the run and sending to the forward 50 for Maitland. Wyong running in numbers to recover the ball and prevent Maitland from actually doing something with it. Drop ball by Wyong and cleared out. And it looks like incorrect disposal there by Wyong on a clearing ball. And it looks like they're going to hold him there. There was a bit of verbal back chat going on amongst the players and the umpires, but they'll play it as it is. Hoag's going back, looking like he's going to deliver this from about 50 out. Pulls it slightly to the right, top of the square, looking for that option. Way beard over the shoulder. And converting. Another one on the board is the first major for Maitland in the second quarter. Certainly got the crowd active, got their attention. Let's see if they can keep this momentum up and get a few more on the board before the mid-break. So that takes Maitland 3-1-18, trailing Wyong 8-3-51. Plenty of talk on the ground amongst the players at the moment. They're keen. It's a ball up and an even contest in the centre again. Scrappy ball, and it looks like a high tackle or something similar to a free kick to Wyong. Clearing it out to a running target. Unfortunately, the ball to ground. Picked up and recovered again by Wyong, and he's looking for options. Sends it down to the top of the 50 there near the boundary. Ball to ground again. Recovered by the Saints, and he's run. It looks like he's been tripped, and unfortunately, he's not getting rewarded for or pulled up. Recovered by Wyong and run over the boundary line. Umpire saying that he was pushed over the boundary line there, and it's a free kick to Wyong. Clearing it through and putting it into the centre. He's going back through the centre there, looking for an option by Wyong out of the 50. He's presented with one, there's running in numbers. Ball to ground again, great work by the Maitland defence. And recovered by Wyong. Scrappy kick along the ground. Picked up by Saints defenders and cleared out. Clearing kick to the wing. It's 3-on-1. Maitland a bit outnumbered. But they're doing what they can with it. Maitland letting him know they're there. Great commitment, and he's now being backed up by more. Scrappy ball. Maitland being caught. Hogue's being caught high and rewarded by the umpire for his commitment. He's going back and looking for an option. He's going to go medium kick down the wing to a group. Unfortunately, straight to Wyong. Wyong putting it to an open player there in the centre. He quickly turns and throws it through to their 50. It's a similar situation. Plays left open, puts it through to the top of the goal square, seeking his own. And they've rewarded it. Unfortunately there for Maitland, because they had the same thing down the other end earlier on, but it's been paid. It was good, strong, contested mark. Top of the square there, and should be an easy one for Wyong to convert. They do so and throw another major on the board, pushing Wyong out to 9-3, leading Maitland 3-1. I see a change now for Wyong. Stocky 32 going on. I'm sure he's going to be a pest there for the Maitland back. He'll go in there and let the boys know he's around. Probably get a possession or two and make a big difference there for him. Ball up in the centre again. Gathered by the Saints and held to him for another ball up. Tapped down by Wyong, recovered by the Saints and cleared into Saints 50. Wade running forward. Not a lot of talk again amongst the Saints, but the Saints have got time and space. A bit of confusion, I think, or he's looking for options. Held by the Saints, good commitment there. Jim going back, looks like he's probably going to have a shot here. I'd say probably about 40 metres out, but he is directly in front with the breeze behind him. He puts it on. It does look good. Maitland look pretty happy with it, and it's another major on the board for the Saints. As we see Matho coming off and Hayden going back on again to put some more height through that ruck period. Maitland moving now to 4-1-25, still trailing Wyong 5-3-57. Plenty of talk amongst the boys there on the ground. From both sides, Maitland are pretty pumped by that one. Let's see if they can continue the momentum on or whether Wyong will pull them up short. White ball picked up in the centre by the Saints, and then unfortunately going to ground again through. There's great pressure in the midfield area by Wyong. Wyong clearing it out to the near wing. Open space. Running with pressure by Ryan. Good effort by Wyong with Maitland using their body, trying to create that space. Unfortunately dragging it in. He's lucky to get away with that one. Umpire's ball for a throw up. Quickly putting it up in the air there. No mucking around by the umpire. Gathered by Wyong and put through to the forward 50 there. Great effort by the Wyong forward in the pocket. Unfortunately didn't hold it. Picked the ball up again. Put it straight through to 10 for Wyong, who was looking for a shot at goal. Smothered by the Saints and picked up again by Wyong. Wyong putting it through to their pocket. Number 7 there for Wyong running in space along the line. He's going to go back and have another shot by the looks of things. Just letting the full forwards and the boys know, I can kick this one. A Wyong lad just stretching out, making his way in. He's got to run up like Glenn McGrath. Puts it on the boot. Looks like it's pulled to the right a little, and it's going to be a minor score there for Wyong. Not a bad effort considering he's kicking into the breeze. Maitland backman looking for some options. He decides to go to the short pocket option. Maitland pushing across to the near wing to provide that run on. Unfortunately, a kick missing the target. Still recovered by Saints with options into the centre. Wade Beard taking it, running back. Looking for an option there from Jem. The two work very well together through that centre and into their forward line. Ordinary kick by Jem, missing his target, maybe overrun by the forwards. Running to the forward pocket there for the Saints. Contested ball, finding the boundary line. Wyong settling and trying to find some composure as they're under pressure with the ball being in Maitland's forward 50. A little bit of hold up in play here as the boundary umpire finally makes his way around. He's been running hard and the ball's been running hard today, so I'd say he's probably breathing heavy. Throw in, ball to ground and recovered by the Saints. Saints looking for options. Quick right foot snap. It's up in the air. It's looking good. Another major on the board for the Saints. Slowly clawing this one back with the wind behind them. And there's a siren for half time, so we see Wyong leading Maitland 9-4-58 to Maitland's 5-1-31. It's been a hotly contested ball for both quarters by both teams. The scoreboard's reflecting that somewhat, and we'll just see how the boys run out after a bit of a talk up from their coaches at half time.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the Hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports Black Diamond AFL. BLK. BLK, the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Tigers, Western Bulldogs, GWS Giants, Adelaide Crows, Gold Coast Suns and Brisbane Lions. Belmont 16-Footers Sailing Club. Located on the picturesque Lake Macquarie, Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, promotions and entertainment. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the last 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery. Sports Coast Trophy are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. Waratah Sports. Waratah Sports has been specialising in sporting equipment, sporting apparel and trophies and medals on the Central Coast for over 20 years. Subway Morisset. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Yep. It should work out. Okay, it's on now. Try it. Yeah, it's on.
So we're back here in the third quarter. Maitland's in the pocket, putting through. Oh, and he's hit the woodwork. Unfortunately, they're allowing for a bit of movement with the wind and probably allowed a little bit too much. Wyong again in the hunt for a quick return or rebound out of the 50. Plays to himself, get a couple extra legs, and a quick kick straight down the throat of Rob Eddy there, waiting for the ball just outside of 50. Rob quickly on the boot. Surge of a Wade Beard, unfortunately, a very good bit of defence from Wyong, plucking out of the air with one hand and running on, kicking it out of the 50, down the far wing. Wyong's got options after options after options at the moment. Maitland better start toweling up and catching up. Wyong a penetrating kick into their forward 50. Unfortunately, ball goes to ground. Wyong straight behind it though, quick one on the left boot and finds the woodwork similarly at their end. Top effort though by both teams, great pressure by Maitland. And it looks like the Wyong players stayed down as well. I'm not sure what happened. There must have been something that we haven't seen that occurred after play. Maitland just taking their time, getting it out of the 50, not rushed behind it. Or just held on there and held by Mathos, preventing it from going out. Matho looking for options, asking for blokes to present a lead or at least come in a bit shorter. Great work though by Wyong. Matho and the Saints being told to play on and being swamped up straight away. Throw in here on the boundary line. Umpires just taking a little bit longer than they probably should and getting a tune up from the players. Ball back in. And it looks like they're going to throw it in again. There seems to be no urgency today with the umpires. It's a little bit disappointing and frustrating, particularly if you're the Saints and trailing. Better effort this time, picked up by the Saints. And fortunately picked by Wyong. Wyong on a quick switch. Whoop, not sure what he's going to do. He takes a second effort, a second option, through to the centre of the ground. Number 10 for Wyong, just a little shimmy step, handball to blokes under pressure. Still working at it. Great effort by Wyong, running in numbers. Probably playing the player more than the ball there. And in the end, Saints come out with it. Sending down the wing, only to be rebounded by Wyong. With a long kick down to the top of the 50 there for Wyong. No one really under it, playing to pick it up. Ball's on the ground. Picked up again by Wyong, sent through to the square where there's plenty of Saints players lying in wait. Matho running with Paddock and being given space by his players. Very ordinary kick missing the target. Straight to Wyong. Wyong penetrating kick straight back through to the goals. Having a crack at goal and unfortunately spraying it to the right and hitting the boundary post on the full. Therefore being out of bounds on the full. Kick by Saints. They'll be looking for either a short option and they go for that short option sitting there. It's play to safety rather than going long. Just holding it up for a second. Maitland going longer this time and initially being captured by Wyong players. Ball goes to ground, picked up by the Saints. And a little bit of scrappy football again. And Wyong puts it on the boot. Further into their 50, only to be picked up by the Saints and kicked out for a clearance into the centre. That clearance kick, however, has gone straight to Wyong. Wyong has picked it back up. Switch across the ground, straight through to people just inside their forward 50. So it looks like he's going to go back. He's going to have a crack at it. He's looking for options, though. He goes to put this on the boot, so he's about 30-degree angle. He's probably kicking this from just outside 50. With the breeze behind him, it'll still be a little bit of work, but he should be able to slot it. He's pulled that one around to the left a little bit. He's pulled that one a long way around to the left and put it out on the full. And he's not happy with it. Saints looking for options. And he's got one there. And Chris is running that one through the boundary. Looking for people outside, and they switch back through to the centre. Irish puts it on the boot, looking for plays through the centre there. He's finding a blue jumper, but unfortunately there's too many black and white around it. Put under pressure, picked up by Jim. And a good defensive tackle laid by Wyong. Umpire's ball, he throws it up on the far wing. Tapped down by Wyong, straight to the Saints. Saints clear and kick down the centre, straight to Wade, having front position. Quick little hands on the run to Jim, do a huge paddock of clearance. Rod probably could have gone on with that, but he's gone back and he's going to look for some options. We've got Ado and so forth running out. He goes to his options on the left. Great set of hands there by the forwards for Saints. Looks like young Hayden now that's led out of the square. Good strong lead, taking it out in front of him under pressure. He'll go back and try and have another crack for another one. He's already slotted one or two already today. He just takes his time. Little bit of a shimmy in his run up and he puts it on the boot. It's well settled. Doesn't quite get the distance or the accuracy. And is pushed through for a behind by Wyong. Finding the safety of the score. Wyong looking for options for the kick out. He decides to go just shy of centre and hits his target wonderfully. It may not have been the intended target, but it was the right jumper. Moving forward, they go across to the wing now. Running in numbers, you got two Wyong players, plenty of space, putting it through to the top of the square, seeking the goals, and looks like he sprayed it slightly to the right and put it through for a behind. Rushing the ball slightly, but nevertheless still getting a score. That takes Wyong through to 9-9-63. Leading Maitland 6-2-37. 38, correction. Matho puts it down the wing to numbers and finding the safety of the boundary line and almost finding some people in the crowd. There's a bit of talk there from young Jim in the Saints team, getting a little bit frustrated with his team at the moment. They're a little quiet. Ado's grabbed the ball on the run. He's quick and he's got a paddock. He's put it on. It's picked by Wade. Wade turns around. He's got Ryan and some strong lead straight out of the square. He's searching. Hayden got pushed in the back on that one and he's been rewarded for it. Good work by the umpire. Very much a fair call. So we'll see if he takes his time this time. He'll go back and have another cracker for another 6 points. Great bit of piece of work there by Maitland to get it into their 50. Wyong nevertheless putting the pressure on and not making it easy for them. Big Hogs coming off as we go to try and kick a goal. It does a beautiful effort there and slots it through for another major score. Reinvigorating the team, high fives all around and plenty of talk. It's shaking Wyong, but they're still holding strong, very strong. Ball up in the centre, cleared out. Wyong chasing. Cleared by the Saints. Scrappy ball still. And plenty of people around the ball. And it's cleared by Saints at Jem. Clearing kick on his left to the top of the square. Ball still contested on the ground. And it looks like it's being picked up again by Wyong. Oh, recovered by the Saints. And shot for goal. Looks like it's gone through for behind. Wyong looking for options. He's not being given a lot at the moment, so he just decides to go long. And he goes very long. It's recovered by the Saints, put straight back through, taken by Rob at the top of the 50 there for the Saints attacking. Cuts it through to the centre, unfortunately missing targets. Plenty of Saints around the ball still, running in numbers, giving options. And there it is, a little bit of patience and poise shown by the Saints boys, waiting for that right lead, that right option, and there it was in Wade. Wade putting it through to the top of the 50, top of the square from the 50. Wonderful mark taken by Rob Eddy, by the looks of things. Top of the square, front and centre. No messing around. He makes sure work of that one and puts it through for another major. They are slowly breaking down this deficit and bring the challenge to Wyong. Hey? All right. That's all right. I got a second mic. One arm banded. Ball up in the centre again. Evenly contested ball down to the ground. Saints recovering, looking for options to clear. A strong option by Chris on the far wing, screaming his lungs out and wasn't given it. Wyong ended up gathering it and clearing it into their 50. Wyong under pressure, 1-on-2, and finding the safety of the boundary. Wyong regrouping in their forward 50, hoping to make good use of the ball while it's down here. It's in the air. Strong hit down there by the Saints. Recovered by Wyong. Put back through the centre. Again, grabbed by Matho after a strong hit down. Down the wing. Forward position by Rob. Great defensive work by Wyong. Wyong running in, working in numbers. Penetrating into their 50. Gathered by Wyong after a drop mark. And unfortunately, a bit of a rush kick when he probably had a little bit more time than he thought he did, putting it through for a minor score. The Saints out to the far defensive pocket, just looking for options, just taking it nice and steady. Short 20 or 30 metre kicks as they work their way out and then open the game up a little bit more. There's a much better kick there, strong lead down the wing. Put back through to the centre of the safety of Jim. Contested, but they're in numbers. So is Wyong. Wyong recovering it in the end. After some good work from the Saints to get it out, it's only coming straight back in again. Saints under pressure with Wyong running in numbers in the Wyong forward 50. Putting it up and taken by Wyong. He's going to be on a bit of an angle and he's going to be out a little bit, but there's nothing he probably can't work with. And another major score there for Wyong. Just extending that lead now after Maitland played a little bit of catch-up. Ball up in the centre. Cleared by Wyong by the looks of things. No, ball down to the deck. Picked up by Irish. Whistle's blown by the umpire. He's saying get a bucket of water and cool this bloke off. Free kick to Wyong. Sending it through to the top of the 50, only be cut off by Saints. Saints sending it straight back out again to the trusty hands of Chris. Chris sidesteps his defence and he's on the run down the wing. Down the far wing to the top of the 50 for Saints. Saints with a great option there. They've got 3 or 4 options leading out strong. Beardy gets hit on the chest. Unfortunately doesn't hold it. Wyong responds, kicking it out into the centre. 3/4 time as the siren blows, and we're going to need to do some work with the scoreboard because it's a little bit messy at the moment. So we'll give you a score update once we get that fixed up.
Don't miss the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is car 33. I'm going on my break.
We have a visual.
So there's a little bit more quiet talk there amongst the huddles at 3/4 time by both teams. But they've quickly run straight back out onto the ground. There's a bit of talk between them now. They're making plenty of noise. Scoreboard's been rectified. We're looking at Wyong 10-10-70, leading Maitland 8-4-52. So a bit of noise from the crowd as well. It's good to hear. Everyone's keen to get this show on the road for the final quarter for the Beyond Blue Foundation round. Cleared out of the centre by Wyong. Hard chase there from the Saints. Wade with a quick fend off. Into space for the Saints running on. Saints clearing kick, unfortunately, straight through to Wyong. Wyong getting it on the boot with a bit of a late bump there by the Saints. No one really talking there with the ball coming to ground. The Saints running through to space. Chris making sidestep on the opposition and clearing it into their 50. Forward position, great read of the ball there by Drew. Drew backing up today after playing seconds as well. So he's going to go back and fancy his luck with a shot for a big score. 18 points behind, they're not far out of it at the moment, so 3 quick ones going to level this one up. So he's put it on, it's swinging to the left, and it looks like it's gone through for a minor score. Bringing them 1 point closer to Wyong, still trailing by 17. Wyong backman looking for an option at the moment. There's not a lot on, and he's on straight down outside 50. Taken just inside the 50 on the far side. Still looking for options. There's not a lot being presented, so he just puts it on the boot and goes long. Ball goes to ground, picked up by Wyong, and then tackled hard by Maitland. Good pressure. Maitland recover the ball, working backwards to work forwards again. Seems to be working very well for them. Penetrating kick. Looks like a free kick to Maitland. as he went to put his hands out for that one. It looks like he may have been taken around the ears. It's a Saints ball just outside of 50, putting it through to their pocket to an open blue jumper. Contested mark, ball going to ground and finding the safety of the boundary there for Wyong. Plenty of Wyong jumpers around where the ball's going to get thrown in. Not a whole deal of Maitland jumpers at the moment, so they better get in, leg it, and get around that ball. Big throw in by the umpire. Ball cleared and collected by Wyong, and then tackled in the square there for the Saints. Saints picking the ball up, putting it on a boot. A bit of a rush kick, and it looks like he's found the woodwork on that one for another minor score. For all accounts, it looked like a goal to begin with. Wyong with a kick out, and a strong kick taken by Wyong. Bit of a cheeky wrap up for the bloke on the with the ball. Chris sending it into the square there, only to find it being turned over to Wyong. It goes back again. Another set of great hands there by the Saints. Hitting the ground a little bit hard and just taking his time to get up. A little bit of a limp there by Jim, but nevertheless, he'll probably push through that one. He's a bit of a tough bloke, and he'll get this one onto the laces and send it through. Top effort there by the Saints, and great effort by Jim getting it on the boot. One more major score, just drawing them ever closer to Wyong's target. Bit of motivation and excitement there amongst some of the Saints players at the moment, running with their heads up. Keen as. Crowd getting behind them. Draws it in, they're now 10 points behind. 9 goals, 660 to the visitors of Wyong being 10-10-70. Ball up again in the centre, ready to go. Cleared by Wyong with a great tap down, finding the intended targets. Contested ball with the Saints boys running around the back. Great crumbing work. Talk down the centre. Wade Beard picking it up, number 14. Giving it through to Chris. Chris has got a paddock and he looks like he's going to be on. Probably could have been a Shepherd and give him some more space, but done and dusted. He sends it into their 50. Running in numbers, and unfortunately looks like the Maitland's forward's being pushed in the back. Looks like Aiden's going to go back. Side angle, probably about 25 out. And have tickle his fancy on having another major shot for a score. Just taking his time. He's torped it, shanked the kick. And it's been pulled up short by the defenders and then touched behind. A minor score on the board there for Maitland. Wyong looking for options, going long, going very long. Unfortunately, straight into the hands of one of the most secure forwards that the Saints have got. Wade Beard, after coming off the back of 17 goals last week, sharing, caring, sending it straight through to another teammate in a closer, better position. Bit of talk off the bench there, a bit of talk amongst the crowd. Everyone's pretty keen and excited. Trailing by 9 points as Rob Eddy goes back, takes his time and goes to line up for another one. It looks good, they look happy. And it's another major score that puts them only a couple of points behind now. The boys are very excited. Trailing by 3 points now, 10-70 for Maitland. Trailing 10-10-70. So Maitland 10-7-67. A lot of talk now amongst the crowd, a lot of talk off the bench, a lot of talk on the ground. Everyone's having a good old chat. Everyone's keen, wanting to make a difference, and Maitland keeping it up, keeping that pressure on, and hopefully come away with 4 points. They're keen as, but so are Wyong. We've got Wyong players pacing on the sideline here. Keen as to get on. The ball's up again in the centre. Contested ruck, cleared out, picked up by Saints. Bit of a rushed handball, but nevertheless found its target on Chris. Chris off to Drew. Drew with a paddock and timed it under pressure. Pressure there and finds his targets. Might have been bumped on the kick, but nevertheless it found where it needed to go. Ryan going back, tickles his fancy, being probably about 40 out, the young lad. He's a thinner bloke, but he's got a fair boot on him. He just takes it in. He's put it on, bit of a shank of a kick, but it looks like he's got the distance to carry. And they're loving it. He's slotted it, and that puts Maitland in front after trailing for 3/4. Maitland have finally pulled it out, and they are keen as, and the crowd are going nuts. It was a bit of an ordinary kick, but nevertheless it got there. He's pumped one more on the board and slot that one and say, suck that Wyong. Come and catch us. I reckon the Wyong forward line are getting a little bit cold at the moment. They're not doing a great deal down there. In saying that, I'm not going to shoot my mouth off too early because no doubt the ball's going to be coming down. And here it is, Wyong coming out of the centre with the ball. Intercepted again by the Saints and kicking straight back into their 50. Wyong back line under pressure again. Another fantastic mark by the forward line. Rob Eddy is on fire. He must have taken a page out of Beard's book from last week where he slotted 17. He's lining up for another today. It's getting a bit darker in the ground too. We might need to get the lights on shortly. If not, we'll park a couple of cars.
For the victims of depression. Thank you very much.
So there's a little bit more quiet talk there amongst the huddles at 3/4 time by both teams. But they've quickly run straight back out onto the ground. There's a bit of talk between them now. They're making plenty of noise. Scoreboard's been rectified. We're looking at Wyong 10-10-70, leading Maitland 8-4-52. So a bit of noise from the crowd as well. It's good to hear. Everyone's keen to get this show on the road for the final quarter for the Beyond Blue Foundation round. Cleared out of the centre by Wyong. Hard chase there from the Saints. Wade with a quick fend off. Into space for the Saints running on. Saints clearing kick, unfortunately, straight through to Wyong. Wyong getting it on the boot with a bit of a late bump there by the Saints. No one really talking there with the ball coming to ground. The Saints running through to space. Chris making sidestep on the opposition and clearing it into their 50. Forward position, great read of the ball there by Drew. Drew backing up today after playing seconds as well. So he's going to go back and fancy his luck with a shot for a big score. 18 points behind, they're not far out of it at the moment, so 3 quick ones are going to level this one up. So he's put it on, it's swinging to the left, and it looks like it's gone through for a minor score. Bringing them 1 point closer to Wyong, still trailing by 17. Wyong backman looking for an option at the moment. There's not a lot on, and he's on straight down outside 50. Taken just inside the 50 on the far side. Still looking for options. There's not a lot being presented, so he just puts it on the boot and goes long. Ball goes to ground, picked up by Wyong, and then tackled hard by Maitland. Good pressure. Maitland recover the ball, working backwards to work forwards again. Seems to be working very well for them. Penetrating kick. Looks like a free kick to Maitland. As he went to put his hands out for that one, looks like he may have been taken around the ears. It's a Saints ball just outside of 50, putting it through to their pocket to an open blue jumper. Contested mark, ball going to ground and finding the safety of the boundary there for Wyong. Plenty of Wyong jumpers around where the ball's going to get thrown in. Not a whole deal of Maitland jumpers at the moment, so they better get in, leg it, and get around that ball. Big throw in by the umpire. Ball cleared and collected by Wyong, and then tackled in the square there for the Saints. Saints picking the ball up, putting it on a boot. A bit of a rush kick, and it looks like he's found the woodwork on that one for another minor score. For all accounts, it looked like a goal to begin with. Wyong with a kick out, and a strong kick taken by Wyong. Bit of a cheeky wrap up for the bloke on the ball with the ball. Chris sending it into the square there, only to find it being turned over to Wyong. It goes back again. Another set of great hands there by the Saints. Hitting the ground a little bit hard and just taking his time to get up. A little bit of a limp there by Jim, but nevertheless, he'll probably push through that one. He's a bit of a tough bloke, and he'll get this one onto the laces and send it through. Top effort there by the Saints, and great effort by Jim getting it on the boot. One more major score, just drawing them ever closer to Wyong's target. Bit of motivation and excitement there amongst the Saints players at the moment, running with their heads up. Keen as. Crowd getting behind them. Draws it in, they're now 10 points behind. 9 goals, 660 to the visitors of Wyong being 10-10-70. Ball up again in the centre, ready to go. Cleared by Wyong with a great tap down, finding the intended targets. Contested ball with the Saints boys running around the back. Great crumbing work. Talk down the centre. Wade Beard picking it up, number 14. Giving it through to Chris. Chris has got a paddock and he looks like he's going to be on. Probably could have been a Shepherd and give him some more space, but done and dusted. He sends it into their 50. Running in numbers, and unfortunately, looks like our the Maitland's forward's being pushed in the back. Looks like Aiden's going to go back. Side angle, probably about 25 out, and tickle his fancy on having another major shot for a score. He's just taking his time. He's torped it, shanked the kick. And it's been pulled up short by the defenders and then touched behind. A minor score on the board there for Maitland. Wyong looking for options, going long, going very long. Unfortunately, straight into the hands of one of the most secure forwards that the Saints have got. Wade Beard, after coming off the back of 17 goals last week, sharing, caring, sending it straight through to another teammate in a closer, better position. Bit of talk off the bench there, a bit of talk amongst the crowd. Everyone's pretty keen and excited. Trailing by 9 points as Rob Eddy goes back, takes his time and goes to line up for another one. It looks good, they look happy. And it's another major score that puts them only a couple of points behind now. The boys are very excited. Trailing by 3 points now, 10-70 for Maitland. Trailing 10-10-70. Sorry, Maitland, 10-7-67. A lot of talk now amongst the crowd, a lot of talk off the bench, a lot of talk on the ground. Everyone's having a good old chat. Everyone's keen, wanting to make a difference, and Maitland keeping it up, keeping that pressure on, hopefully come away with 4 points. They're keen as, but so are Wyong. We've got Wyong players pacing on the sideline here. Keen as to get on. The ball's up again in the centre. Contested ruck, cleared out, picked up by Saints. Bit of a rushed handball, but nevertheless found its target on Chris. Chris off to Drew. Drew with a paddock and timed it under pressure. Pressure there and finds his targets. Might have been bumped on the kick, but nevertheless it found where it needed to go. Ryan going back, tickles his fancy, being probably about 40 out, the young lad. He's a thinner bloke, but he's got a fair boot on him. He just takes it in. He's put it on, bit of a shank of a kick, but it looks like he's got the distance to carry. And they're loving it. He's slotted it, and that puts Maitland in front after trailing for 3 quarters. Maitland have finally pulled it out, and they are keen as, and the crowd are going nuts. It was a bit of an ordinary kick, but nevertheless it got there. He's pumped one more on the board and slot that one and say, suck that Wyong. Come and catch us. I reckon the Wyong forward line are getting a little bit cold at the moment. They're not doing a great deal down there. In saying that, I'm not going to shoot my mouth off too early because no doubt the ball's going to be coming down. And here it is, Wyong coming out of the centre with the ball. Intercepted again by the Saints and kicking straight back into their 50. Wyong backline under pressure again. Another fantastic mark by the forward line. Rob Eddy is on fire. He must have taken a page out of Wade Beard's book from last week where he slotted 17. He's lining up for another today. Getting a bit darker in the ground too. We might need to get the lights on shortly. If not, we'll park a couple of cars around the goal square and see how we go. Rob taking his time running in. Puts it on the boot. Looks a bit of an ordinary kick to the right. Nevertheless, another point's another point. You only need 1 point to win. Keeps the pressure on. Wyong quickly grab the ball, kick it out. Bit of an ordinary kick, but nevertheless finds his target. Wyong looking for options, looking for options. Driving it down the wing here to numbers. There's numbers of blue everywhere. There it is. Wade Bid with those safe hands again. Comes screaming across. Penetrating kick back into the 50. Will it find its target? No. Ball's gone to ground. Picked up by Wyong. Wyong's kicking it back out again, straight into the centre. Everyone trapped under the ball with nowhere to go. Wyong's managed to crumb it off the ground, kick it on, keep the ball moving, but we've got blue jumpers everywhere. He's under pressure. Oh, he copped the tap, but he got the ball off anyway. He's found his target to the far wing. Ryan Merrick turns around, slots it through into the 50s. He finding hunting search. Loose ball on the ground, picked up again by the Saints. We've got blue jumpers loose. Jimmy on the run, kicks it through. Another major one there for the Gym. Another major for the Saints, extending their lead now with another goal. Wyong are wondering, what do we need to do to stop this bleeding? We've got a heap of very tired-looking players at the moment. Wyong still haven't put anything on the board, 10-10-70. Trailing Maitland now, 16-8-80. That doesn't appear to be right, but I'm only reading off the scoreboard, folks. Still plenty of talk around the ground. Want to make another change, get some more fresh legs out there. Great tap by the centre, by the ruckman, by the Saints clearing. Wyong recovering the ball, kicking it through. Again, Wade Beard's under that ball. Wade turning, looking for options, sending it across the ground there to Ryan. Ryan Merrick on the run, putting it on, penetrating to the 50 and picked up. Great mark on the chest there for the Saints. Again, he's going back. They'll just take their time, maybe bleed a little bit off the clock and make sure they keep this win, keep this lead, and hopefully walk away with the 4 points at the end of it, ladies and gentlemen. He's put it on the boot, come up a little bit short and sprayed it to the right. He's found the minor point, but like I said, ladies and gentlemen, 1 point to win. That's all you need. Wyong spraying it through to the pocket again, just outside 50 and finding their target, turning quickly, looking to drive it down the wing. They do, unfortunately. People under pressure, players under pressure. Great fend off by Wade, but he's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. Giving some options over the top to Jim. Jim snapping it through to the 50. Missing his targets, missing Wyong. Wyong then recovering it off the ground. Rush kick, but finding a target here on the wing for Wyong. Wyong just slowing it up. Centering kick, finding their target again. Great overhead mark there by 51. Looks like he's come up a bit ginger. 51 through to the centre. Kicking to space on the far side. No one really around it. Plenty of jumpers gathered by the Saints. Matho penetrating kick back into the 50 again. Picked up. Grabbed by many hands. Unfortunately, no marks paid across the board. Head over the ball and unfortunately not to get given a free on that one for the Saints. Bit hard done by the Saints there. All he was asking was clarification on it, and the umpire's giving him a 50-metre penalty. Umpire's ruling is final, but it's a bit unfortunate. Wyong with a quick kick through into their 50, looking for players. The Saints quickly rebound and gather the ball. Picked up again though by Wyong. Wyong running around the outside, putting it on the left boot to the top of the square. Ball goes to ground for Wyong. Space with Wyong. Wyong pick it up. And kick another major one just to claw back that deficit a little bit. So it's toe and toe here. They're pretty close. Only be a few minutes left here in this final quarter, I'd say. And Wyong quickly rushing it back to the centre in an effort to try and get this game up and running again. They trail by 5 points. They're just telling the umpire, mate, throw the ball up now. We've got to kick another one. Saints looking poised and ready. Everyone's keen as on their toes. There's plenty of talk amongst them. Ball in the air. Great tap down by Wyong, unfortunately straight to the Saints. Ball goes to ground, tackled, and it's the umpire's ball. Ball in the air now. Another great tap out by Wyong. Some quick changes on the bench by the Saints. Get some fresh legs on across that back line to stem any potential for Wyong. Loose ball through the centre. Saints come out with it again. Wade with another penetrated kick into the 50. Butto comes up a bit short. Those short legs don't jump so high sometimes. He's under pressure there. 2-on-1. He's still running. He's finally getting some hard-hitting support by the Saints. Good work there. Good pressure. Saints pick it up, run it out. 1-2 to Josh. Josh being in the right position. Have a crack at goal. Unfortunately pulled a little to the left and gone through for a minor score. Wyong, quick recovery with the ball. Get this thing back up and running again. Not giving many options at the moment, so he goes a short one into 50 front and centre. Unfortunately, it's under pressure. Saints recover the ball again, take it on. It's a dangerous way to play football, and I don't think he's been pinged for it. He's been done for holding the ball. He's not happy. Wyong move the ball on again to space out on the far wing. Unfortunately, there's also a number of blue jumpers there who get picked off again. Saints has grabbed the ball, send it in, straight through. Drop mark by the Saints. Ball hits the deck again. Wyong hunting, looking for the safety of the boundary, and they find it.
Good job, mate.
I haven't even had beer. Young Tiger looking to throw those arms in the air again. Good throwing by the young chap. Straight over the back, tapped down by Wyong. Wyong, oh, he's been pinged. No, he hasn't. He's got away with it. Bit of drop in the ball. Saints pick up the loose ball. Snapshot. Let's not get too carried away. Oh, yep, now the umpire confirmed it. 6 points, clear and done. Another major score there for the Saints. Just pulling that lead back out. 13-10-88 to 11-10-76. Bit of talk there from the Wyong bench. They're keen to get this up and running, try and get their boys motivated. They're only down by 2 major kicks. Umpire gives it all clear and ready to throw it in the air, commits it again. Boys back up, another knockdown by Wyong. They get this thing through the centre very well. Another centre clearance. Forward position by Saints, probably should have gone to mark, but he's gone to punch. Ball gone to ground. Umpire's blown the whistle. It looks like incorrect disposal there by the young Wyong player. Maitland backline to clear it out. They go the far side of the ground now, looking, hunting. Meza picks up the ball. Dirty one along the ground, and unfortunately finds the players in black and white. Not quite the right blokes, but we'll give it a go anyway. Quick little 1-2s by Wyong. Great passage of play, sending it through into their 50. Again, kicking to no one. As long as it's in there, they're going forward. Maitland kick it back out and unfortunately turn it over again. Hunting for players, unfortunately finding the right people. We've got Wade Beard here on the line looking to get back out there and try and kick up on his 17 for next week. I don't think he'll go 17, but he might get close if he gets out there again. Loose ball running, collected by Wyong. Penetrating kick back into their 50, looking and hoping. Not finding a target, ball going to ground. It's contested. Not picked up by Wyong now. Bit of scrappy football on the ground. A few players being held, and it looks like the umpires picked it up and rewarded it. And free kick against Maitland. Looks like Wyong tried to take the advantage on that one well after it had already been called. So the ball's come back just outside 50. He's going to have a shot, or is it a penetrating pass straight down the throat of Maitland? Unfortunately, drop ball recovered by Wyong. Wyong's trying to tricky hop step. Loose ball still. Ball on the ground, picked up by Wyong, and they've gone to snap while being pulled back. Good effort, but nevertheless didn't get a score. They're trying hard. They're trying really hard to get their way back into this game. Good firm tackle by the Wyong boys just to stem and slow up that ball for a second in their forward 50. Ball up at the top of the square in the attacking 50 for Wyong and gathered by Maitland and cleared. Loose ball on the ground, gathered by Wyong. Wyong 40 out, having a shot, putting it on the boot, and it looks like it's just sat up in that breeze and just stayed there. Ball to the ground. Satan's picked it up, kicked it out onto the wing. Clear ball running. They got space. They got numbers. It looks like they're going to be beaten by the boundary line. Great effort there by Saints Drew. Wrapped in by Wyong, unfortunately for Maitland. The umpire saying he didn't give him a fair chance. Ball up here, right in front of the commentary box. Tapped down by Wade. So Wyong. Follow-up hits. Loose ball on the ground and finding the safety of the boundary line again. There's a few hands on hips and a few hands on knees as the boys get a bit tired. There'll be only a few minutes left before we call this one a day. Umpire's thrown it in. Strong clear by Matho to Chris. Unfortunately, Chris didn't get clear possession on it and has run it back over the boundary line again. The positive takeaway from it is probably knocked a few more seconds off the clock. Ball in again. Matho with these strong runs. Shepherded out, unfortunately, and didn't get rewarded. Penetrating kick by the wingman for the Saints into the 50. Gathered, loose ball to the ground now. Plenty of Wyong players around the ball, followed up closely by the Saints. Saints pick it up. Wyong now pick it up and try and clear it. Ball goes to ground. Gathered again by Wyong. Great smother there by Mezza to keep it into 50. Great work from the body from all players involved. Put it on the boot. Snapshot. And another major score there for the Saints. Just pushing that lead back out now. Making it a 17-point lead for the Saints with only a few minutes to go here in the last quarter. If Saints keep this effort up, it looks like it might be 4 points in the bag for the Beyond Blue round. And Wyong will be focused again for next season. Come on. (14-10-94) leading Wyong 11-11-77. And there it is, the final siren's gone. Maitland come away with a win. Hotly contested game and very even game throughout the day. Strong play by all, very physical game and some great passages of play. Thanks for an exciting game of football, and as I say, that's all, folks.
Put your hands together for a great game of footy. Maitland just in front, 14 goals, 10-94. Just running over the top of the line there in 11-11-77. A great game of football all round. Don't forget, guys, tonight's our Beyond Blue fundraising event. All proceeds of today have all gone to the Beyond Blue Foundation. If you would like to come along tonight, $30 a head.
Star 104.5 and Black Diamond AFL would like to thank the following sponsors for making it possible to hit the field week in and week out. Wilson Security. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider. Prime 7. In 2014, Prime 7 has more footy on more nights, live and free. Newcastle Herald. The Newcastle Herald plays an integral part in the hunter community. Star 104.5. Star 104.5 plays the music we all love.
Time is the Wilson Security Black Diamond AFL this weekend. Entry to all games is free. Check out the game times and venues at bdafl.com.au. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.